Get your tickets now at curling.ca.
We are live at the RA Centre in Ottawa. It is Saturday morning action in the Canadian Curling Pre-Trials Direct Entry event. My name is Al Cameron from Curling Canada. My pleasure to be joined this morning by two-time Canadian seniors and world senior champion Brian Cochran from right here in Ottawa. And Brian, we've got a B event final in men's action. It'll be an all-Winnipeg game featuring JT Ryan, Team JT Ryan playing Team Corey Chambers. And the winner will get that valued second life in the playoffs. And Brian, you've been around enough curling events to know how important 2 lives in the playoffs are. And it's a very intriguing game. Again, 2 Manitoba teams who know each other. It should be an interesting game.
Oh, absolutely, Al. It's a big game for both teams. Just watching the guys in the practice here, they look pretty relaxed. They, it's the 5th game for the Ryan team and the 4th game for the Chambers team. So. They look pretty comfortable with the ice, and Chambers put it on the pin for the last shot, and it should be a good game. Looking forward to it.
We can tell you this is the second time these teams have met this week in Ottawa. I guess that was yesterday. It seems like so long ago, but Team Ryan and Team Chambers played in the A event semifinal. It was Team Chambers coming out with a 7-1 win. To advance to the A final, and they lost that A final yesterday. I guess that was on Thursday that they played that game, and then yesterday Team Chambers lost to Team Vincent Roberge 7-4 in the A event final, but they dropped right into this B final. And in fact, this is the 4th career meeting between JT Ryan and Corey Chambers. Different teams, but the 4th time these skips have played head-to-head. Corey Chambers has won all 3 previous meetings, so JT Ryan will be looking to break through, and it will be Team Chambers with hammer, and looking like guard will be in play right away, Brian, so game on.
Yeah, I think Ryan called it in top 4, so that tells me that he's just going to let Chambers decide whether it's going to be a sort of a clean first end or go for it. And it looks like it's going to be a clean first end. So
I guess I was just kind of eagerly anticipating some action right off the bat here.
I was hoping for a guard, but.
Yeah. Left-hander throwing for Team Corey Chambers, and we'll run down the lineups for you. Team Corey Chambers, skip Corey Chambers, his cousin Julian Leduc playing vice skip, Devin Weeb and Stu Shields, the left-handed lead. We can tell you Devin Weeb, no relation to Ryan Weeb, who's skipping another Manitoba team in this event. And Team JT Ryan, Brendan Balaka at lead, second Joey Hart, vice skip Colin Kurz, skip JT Ryan, and we'll tell you more about these players as the game goes on, but we can tell you there's a championship pedigree on this Ryan team. Colin Kurz, Brendan Balaka won the Canadian Seniors Champion and Championship in 2019 and followed up by going perfect at the World Mixed Championship in 2019 in Aberdeen, Scotland. So they are world champions at the World Mixed.
This strategy here is not uncommon. It's a big game, and really both teams, both skips, want to get their teammates sort of comfortable into the game and not put too much pressure on the first end. And so we'll see a pretty clean first end, and probably see the Chambers team go for a deuce or a multiple in the second end.
See Joey Ryan settle into the hack, and you'll notice he's not a Manitoba Tucker, and that's mainly because he's from here in Ontario. He joined the team just a couple weeks ago. They needed a new second. Their regular player couldn't make the trip, and JT and Joey knew each other from the 2017 Canadian Juniors in Esquimalt, and in fact, Joey was playing for Matt Hall that year, and it was Matt Hall defeating JT Ryan's team in the playoffs in a tiebreaker that year in Esquimalt. Of course, you know Joey's dad, Richie Hart, quite well.
Yes, I do. He has laid a few defeats on our team over the years. Great curler.
Devin Weeb now.
Ice looks good all across the sheet, Al. It's, I don't see any frost maybe outside the 12-foot, but the sheet looks great, so it should be some really nice shots during the game.
It has dried out significantly in the last couple days here in Ottawa. First couple days we were here, it was monsoon-like weather outside, it seemed like, but it certainly led to a little bit of frost buildup. Didn't really affect the ice from what the players tell me, but that's a byproduct of having one of the world's best ice makers, John Wall, in charge. But looking like great conditions this morning. You said very fast.
Yeah, we haven't seen a full end sweep yet, but it looks like about 14.8, 14.9 maybe with sweeping. So that's nice and fast, and we just saw one draw that go through the house there. So it's quick. It's nice.
That would be hog to hog you're talking?
Hog to hog, sorry, yeah.
These teams being from Manitoba, you'll see that tuck delivery an awful lot this game. And Brian tells me he was once a tucker himself, then he reformed.
My knee exploded at the Ottawa Club one day when I was about 18, so that was it. So I see here with the last shot that went through the house, Chambers had decided to go for a little corner guard here, but Ryan team's just going to peel it off and try to get to the second end.
We talk about bloodlines, Joey Hart being the son of Richard Hart. JT Ryan, of course, the son of Jeff Ryan, who won a world championship in a Brier playing with Kerry Burtnick. And that means he would be the nephew, of course, of Pat Ryan.
Oh.
So good bloodlines in the Ryan family.
I'll say.
Julian Leduc now. Just a good chance to get their draw weight down because they'll be asked to make some important draws late in the game, Brian.
Yeah, it's a good chance here to sort of break down the ice down the center here too. I know during practice there's so much emphasis on going like wide out to into the 4-foot that sometimes you get caught down the center in the first end, and this sort of, as I said earlier, it gives everybody a chance to break the ice down everywhere and sort of get ready to go in the next end.
Here's Colin Kurz now. Mentioned he won the World Mixed a couple years ago. Perfect record, beat a German team. Scored 2 in the 8th and final end to win that game. Brian, I'm sure you've curled here at the RA Center a few times over the years, but this is your first look this week at this rejigged curling facility, pickleball courts installed in the old curling facility, and more of an arena ice setting for curling here in the RA Center.
This is great to have this new setting here in Ottawa. I know some of the hockey players who have played at the RA for years are a little disappointed, but this is great for curling. The arena setting, people love to curl in the arena setting, and it's great for the number of young teams that don't get the opportunity as much, and it's a little bit overwhelming sometimes when they finally do get to an arena setting, and this is a great chance for them to experience it and feel comfortable in it. And as far as pickleball, I have to admit I did sign up for pickleball last winter, and it was okay. My wife really liked the game, but it was all right.
You're a year-rounder. Pickleball in the summer, curling in the winter. You see JT Ryan, not only a tucker, but a left-handed tucker, so adding a little funk to the delivery that way, too. You talk about arena ice, and as a guy who's got a few Purple Hearts and having played at a few Briers, you know the difference between arena ice and club ice, and how do you characterize those differences, Brian?
Well, honestly, Al, it took me a long time. I was sort of one of those guys that we didn't get a chance to curl in arena ice unless we got to the provincials, and it was a real difference for us. It took us always 2 or 3 games to adapt. The pebble was different. It was fast. The curl was more than we were used to, and it really does take a long time to get used to, and it's like once you get used to it, though, you don't want to curl in anything else. It's so nice.
Good opportunity here on the rollout from Chambers for JT Ryan to get a taste of draw weight.
Yeah, they had he had good draw weight. He put it top 4, I think, his draw to the button in the practice. So looks good. Nice delivery.
And you talk about that development. That's one of the key elements that Curling Canada was looking at in developing this event specifically. Giving some younger teams a chance to get a taste of Olympic qualifying pressure, because that's really what's at stake here. So give them a taste of that, give them a taste of arena games, give them some reps on arena ice, because as much as this event is about determining teams that will play for the 2022 Winter Olympics, it's also about keeping teams in the pipeline for 2026, 2030, giving them the taste early on of what it's like to compete for an Olympic spot.
No doubt about it. This experience will allow them to understand, what they have to do to compete against the better teams. Could be, in their release, their preparation, their fitness, all kinds of things they're going to learn from this. And I think this is it's a great idea to get more teams involved.
Last rock now from Corey Chambers, the blank attempt on its way. And executed successfully. So Team Corey Chambers will take last rock into the second end. We'll see if they try and generate something this end.
I'm predicting it'll be different this end.
That's a world champion talking, ladies and gentlemen. Pay attention. Winner of this game will go into the A event final, which is scheduled, or the AB final, pardon me, which is scheduled for tonight at 9 o'clock. That's 9 o'clock Eastern. And the winner of that game would go straight to the home hardware pre-trials in Liverpool, Nova Scotia. But the good thing, too, is that the loser would get another crack by playing the C event winner Sunday at 3 o'clock. And the loser of this game will drop straight into that C event final against the winner of a game that's ongoing on another sheet here today, Team Sean Grassi from Winnipeg, Team Sean Meacham from Swift Current. So that's the C event semifinal. The winner of that game will play the loser of this game at 5 o'clock today.
So as predicted, the Ryan team called a guard, but he just slipped into the house. So the Chambers team can decide to peel it off, or I like to just hit that right on the nose and maybe roll an inch or two to the left and stays as a guard for you.
Corey Chambers has been kicking around that Manitoba scene for a lot of years, and as we all know, that's a deep, deep talent pool in Manitoba. And a guy like Corey Chambers has played well over the years. In fact, he played at the most recent Canadian Mixed, the 2020 Canadian Mixed in November 2019. And lost a Manitoba final. Lost to, guess who, Jeff Stoughton in 2013. He was playing third for Sean Grassi that year.
So the Chambers team, they were able to keep their rock out in front as a guard, and the Ryan team are going to come around that tight guard. If they really wanted to get into it, they could have thrown another guard on top of that one, but that might be a little too aggressive this early. But just saying, it could have.
I think we get a sense of what Brian Cochran would have done if he were on the tee head today, but that just slipping a little deep.
If the Chambers team can freeze on top of that one in the pot, then the Ryan team may have to clean it up a little bit. It's getting a little ugly early. Nice finish with draw weight. Just going to slip by though.
You know, we kept talking about bloodlines. Brian mentioned Vincent Roberge, and you know his dad very well, Francois Roberge, a member of the J.M. Menard team that won the Brier in 2006, and very well known out in this part of the country.
I know Francois well. I've played against him many times. We did a clinic together in Montreal a couple of years ago, and really nice man, yeah. And His son is following in Dad's footsteps. Real nice young man and good curler.
And if we can just say, a great flow, too. He's got some good hair. He might be leading that category here in Ottawa as well, if I can say so. Good opportunity here for Joey Hart.
Two real nice shots. Great weight. Swept perfectly.
And if we can just say, if Richie's watching this game, we got to say that Joey throws it probably a little purer than his dad, who has been called more of an artist than a technician, but he always got the job done.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. So the Chambers guys are going to clean it up a little bit here, and this tight guard comes back into play for them now. They can run it back in, and didn't work out perfectly, but at least they cleaned it up a little bit.
Team Chambers has hammer, but it is Team Ryan with shot rock and rock in hand here. Pretty decent situation setting up for Team Ryan, especially with the center guard.
The guard, the guard is really tight though, so the Chambers team will be able to run that back in pretty easily.
I'm thinking like a club curler here, aren't I?
No. Yeah, the boys are talking here. I don't know if you come around that. That run back looks pretty easy to me to maybe make it double, and it could be buried. So
that's probably the hesitation in the hack too. It seems like
for sure.
That is the call.
You could just Christmas tree them here, and so the run back double wouldn't be there. But
Christmas tree meaning just leaving a little exposed. And
yeah, just bring the rock in around quarter buried behind the red guard. I think we've got a pick here.
I think it picked, yeah.
That's too bad. I think they did change their mind now. I think they were just going to leave a guard up there.
Well, it's not easy now. That stagger is not ideal for a draw, so he's going to have to make the hit on this. It is wide open, so.
It is open. Maybe just a little bumper weight, hack to bumper weight.
That out-turn counterclockwise draw, there's a couple left-handers in this game, so we've got to be careful about that, but that draw from that side is not going to be easy with the stagger of those rocks right now. But.
No. You can make a lot of shots on this ice with just hack to board weight.
There's the jam, a little jam, and just hang on in the back, but still a nice shot.
That red rock on the button is probably about 2/3 exposed, so the Ryan team should be able to get at it with just maybe a hack weight shot, calling a board weight shot.
Breaking news, Brian. John Wall has offered us a cup of coffee. I'll ask you if you're interested in a cup of coffee.
Absolutely. I saw John there. I just waved to him. I didn't see the coffee signal though. The Ryan team wants to take this, I mean, you could just freeze to it or tap it back, but they want to take this red rock out and eliminate that.
Going to have to work to get that by.
Good sweepers.
Hard, working at it. Oh.
Great sweeping.
That's a good scrub, and Team Ryan will sit two.
So now that rolled out just about 1.5 inches. So, if the Chambers team can throw a similar shot, just board weight shot, they'd love to get the roll in behind the red one at this point. Nice release. Hanging out a bit more.
Looking tasty.
Oh, that's a great shot. Actually, over curled, rolled out into the open.
Yeah, you can see all of that here.
Yeah, you can see about 3/4 of it, but the Ryan team will definitely go after it. They call it hack weight. These teams look really good, Al. The releases are awesome, and as a skip, you can really get a feel for where the rock's going to go on the release. Wow, another nice looking shot. Couldn't do much better than that. Might throw 2 or 3 feet less weight here and try to get maybe an inch roll inside.
We talked about that 2019 World Mix that Colin Kurz and Brendan Balaka won. We should, of course, mention they didn't win it by themselves. Megan Walter played third on that team. Sarah Oliver was the lead.
Trying to sweep this one to get it to curl a bit more.
Julian Leduc trying to get not going to get the inside roll. They remove either of those rocks. Yes, the jam, but it is Corey Chambers' sitting shot rock, but wide open.
Yeah, he couldn't really do too much better than that. They could have come to the nose and given the other team, the guard to look at, but that was a pretty good shot, I think.
JT Ryan settling in to throw. He won 3 straight Manitoba Junior Championships, 2017, 2018, 2019. And his vice skip in all 3 of those teams, of course, Jacques Gauthier.
Trouble here is, Al, if they hit and roll, the roll will end up in behind the tee line, and then Chambers would probably just freeze to. So maybe I'm just going to hit this on the nose here and let Chambers decide what he's going to do. Nice control weight shot. Good shot. I like that. However, now Chambers will try to roll in because the roll will probably go in behind him. Maybe the back 4 or so. Make the shot tougher for Ryan. Kind of like these shots because you can play a couple different things. If it's
you got options.
You got options. If it stays a hair wide, you can play the double. If it curls up on you a little bit, you can just hit and roll in behind the guard. So I like these options.
Trying to get the roll.
Going for the double.
Will they ever get roll frozen here? Or the cheeky double, or is it going to go over the top?
Just in between.
Yep. Yeah. And that's a perfect example of what you were talking about. As that rock's coming down, there's probably 4 or 5 different options that they're exploring and calling the line for.
Exactly. Yeah, they seem to be going for the hit and roll freeze early in that call. I think I would have played for the roll in behind the guard first, and then if it stays a bit straighter, then you can go over. But unfortunately, they rolled past the yellow at the back, and now Ryan makes a nice draw around the guard here. It's going to be tough for Chambers to score one. He may have to draw the pin for one. And really, Al, I think that if the Ryan team puts one on the tee line here, that out-turn draw, I don't know if that out-turn draw is there to get to the pin for Chambers. Guard up by the hog line. A big shot here. Big shot early for the Ryan team to take some control back.
Can they get it buried?
looks really nice. Great
Yeah,
shot. Great job.
that's in jail, I think.
That's a tough caller for Chambers. I don't know if that turn draw is there. I don't think it is. I think he's going to have to run this back and hope to get his one that way, or at the worst, just give up one. Great shot by Ryan.
Ryan, by the way, finished 4th, 3rd, and 2nd in his 3 trips to the Canadian Juniors. Lost the gold medal game in his last year of eligibility, 2019, against Tyler Tardy. He's not alone in having lost a lot of big games to Tyler Tardy, as we all know. Corey Chambers, last shot, needs to make this run back.
On the in turn.
Trying to get it to curl.
Looks pretty good.
Nope.
Oh, going to overcurl him, maybe. Oh, bad
That's
break.
a problem. And it will be a steal of 2 for Team JT Ryan. Just caught a little bit on that late movement.
Late movement. I was a little surprised at how little weight he threw there. And he got burnt by it a little bit because it just overcurled a little bit and left both yellow rocks in there. I think I would have thrown a little more weight and hoped for the one, but at least got one of the yellow ones out of there. So a big turnaround in momentum there, I would say. Ryan team made some nice shots and still steal of 2.
And that's a stark contrast to when these teams played on Thursday. It was pretty tight until it was 2-1 after 5 ends for Team Chambers, but they got a 2 steal in the 6th, steal of 1 in the 7th, and steal of 2 more in the 8th. And Team Ryan just never got on track for the last half of that game. So this is a much better start to this game for Team JT Ryan. And confidence, so much about this game, isn't it, Brian, that getting some early confidence under your
absolutely
belt.
And you know, the fact that the Ryan team has never beaten the Chambers team, you know, they have to be really happy with a steal of 2. And you know, I always find this next end interesting because, you know, the Chambers team had last rock. They're just kind of playing a little cagey there and blanked the first, hoping to get a deuce in the second. Now all of a sudden they're down 2-0, and sometimes teams get a little too aggressive in this next end and they get themselves in trouble, and then all of a sudden it's 3 or 4-0.
We'll run down the other games on the ice. The other men's game, we mentioned it's a C event semifinal. The winner of that game will play the loser of our feature game. That's Team Sean Meacham from Swift Current, Team Sean Grassi from Winnipeg, and it is scoreless through 2 ends in that game, and it is Team Meacham with last rock. 2 women's games this morning in the pre-trials direct entry game. We've got the B final, the event final featuring Team Jessie Hunkin from North Battleford, Saskatchewan, Team Caitlin Jones from Winnipeg, and Team Hunkin breaks out with a 3 in the first end to take a 3-0 lead, and we're on skip rocks here in the, or third rocks here in the second end. In the other game, it is a C event semifinals. It is Team Jill Brothers from Halifax, Team Lauren Mann from here in Ottawa. It is a 2-1 lead for Team Brothers. Second end deuce for Team Brothers, and it will be Team Mann with hammer in the third end.
Here in our game, Stu Shields came a little deep in his first guard attempt and went into the house, and Ryan just peeled it out. So not making great use of the 5-rock roll here early in this end, but they got the next guard up, and Ryan's team will just put a tight guard on this one on the 4-foot.
This Team JT Ryan, they weren't going to play an awful lot this season. Guys all students for the most part, but they did get this invite to this event and they were able to play in it. They hadn't played an event before this. There were a couple Manitoba Spiels, but this is their first event of the year as a team. And here they are in the B event final, which kind of speaks to the talent level on this team.
Absolutely, and they're looking really good too. They look calm out there, and they've got this early lead. And you can just sense here that the Chambers team's a little off now by what happened in the last end. And as I said, this end is, this end you can make a mistake, you can be down 3 or 4-0. So I know as a skip, I really want to score one if I'm the Chambers team, at least one here. Not putting too much pressure on the guys, and it can fall apart early sometimes.
Just make a series of shots too, right? I mean, that one of the things that struck me this week is how much teams talk about following up a miss with a make, and how important that is.
That's right. And I find, when you can see a little bit of nervousness or whatever, you just want the guys to have an easier shot to get some confidence up and not put so much pressure that they're low percentage shots all the time. Well, this is going to give the Chambers team a chance to get out of this. Unfortunately, I think they set up a pretty easy double here.
Yeah, I guess that's you talk about what Team Chambers' approach is here. Team Ryan, on the other hand, if they've got an opportunity, you don't want to let them off the hook. And they may have with that shot. I'm
a little surprised they came in so deep there. If they put another one up out front, the Chambers team would have to clean it off. But now they've given the Chambers team a chance here.
Is that by the guard?
No,
just a rub.
As I said, these things tend to happen. And
mentioned that Team Ryan hadn't played any games prior coming into this event. Team Chambers did play in the Mother Club Fall Curling Classic in Winnipeg. That was last weekend. They posted a 2-3 record, won their first 2 games, and then lost their next 3 in that triple knockout.
I don't know. I think I'd be tempted just to throw another guard up there and take away that double that Chambers just tried. Chambers would have to clear the center off. That's the shot I like. You could come in around the guard again and put some pressure on there too, but.
As our friend Mike Harris would like to say, it's good to be yellow right now.
It's good to be yellow. I always like to keep the pressure on. If you sense some kind of nervousness or a few misses on the other team, just keep the pressure on and see what happens.
A little more weight than was called, and that's going to come straight into the house.
Yeah. A little wide, a little heavy.
Didn't give the sweepers a chance on that. Still, it's not a pleasant situation for Team Chambers. They got to figure out a way to score this end, and it's going to take at least a couple shots to put themselves in position.
They can double out those 2 that are frozen and roll in behind one of the guards, and then Ryan's going to have to decide, to go after that or cover up the one on the forefeit.
They were eyeing up that slash just a second ago. Corey Chambers kind of indicated to his red corner guard up there. Maybe as a last gasp kind of solution, but
it's a scary thought this early in the end, I think. I don't know, he just takes these 2 out and rolls underneath. He's going to have an opportunity to score a couple, maybe.
He is sitting 4th shot, like you say. I mean, not going to be able to remove all 3 of those yellow yet, but it's a setup shot still. We're only on third rocks.
Now, at this point, I think you just have to forget that 4th shot's back there. I mean, the yellow one's going to jam back on there. Just forget that. Try to hit this one on the 8-foot and either roll on top of the one on the 4-foot or roll underneath the guard. And then, Ryan will probably have to go after it somehow. And if Ryan decides to guard, then, hey, that slash he's looking at might come back into play for a multiple score. But
I do like highlight reel shots, Brian, so I'm not going to be opposed if they try the slash.
No, me neither. but later.
So hit and roll was the call. Not a bad result.
Not a bad result. Would have been nicer to roll in underneath the over curled about, a couple of inches, because the Ryan team can just throw a nice, board weight shot or control weight shot and hit the red through the hole, and then they can roll halfway underneath the guard, and there'll be a little Christmas tree there, which will cause some problems for Chambers' team. Yeah, throwing a nice board weight shot here. I like that. Put it in the sweeper's hands.
Talk about highlight reel shots. People still buzzing around here, Brian. We'll watch this shot play out.
Real nice shot.
People still buzzing around here about the Hackner double that Mike McEwen made last night. A thin double to score 4 against Team Glenn Howard. It was a great shot, called and made, but
awesome.
Still, when you're talking about Hackner doubles, it's got to be in the Brier final in the 10th end to really kind of give it that gravitas.
Right, yeah.
But still very good, Mike. Still very good.
Yeah, that was quite a shot. So the Chambers team here would like to come in and hit this and roll in an inch or so, but it looks a little wide here again.
So they do get shot rock, but it is wide open, and Team Ryan having the chance to hit and sit 4. J.T. Ryan's first rock of this second end.
So no pressure. The difference of this end and the score from the carryover from the steal of 2. Every shot this end for the Ryan team has been basically, free and easy. And Chambers team, you can see it on their face right now. There's pressure right now. And if Ryan can hit and roll underneath, maybe on top of the 4-foot here, it's like Chambers in big trouble. Nice, quiet control shot. Don't know if they're going to get the roll. So they didn't get the roll in, so this gives the Chambers team a chance to hit and roll underneath.
And the deuce is still in play. If he can get the roll here, my goodness.
Absolutely.
You've heard the classic expression, skips deuce, but it's on the table if Corey Chambers can get this roll. It's all been about who gets that roll first this end. Nobody's got it yet.
And as I said earlier, I know in the back of Chambers' mind right now, he's thinking like he wants some kind of shot with his last one. He wants, at this point, it looks like he's going to have a draw for 1, or if he can make a real nice hit and roll here, maybe a chance for a deuce. But he wouldn't want to hit this on the nose, and then Ryan replaces it with a hit in the nose, and then Chambers has no way in. Does that look like he can hit and roll over and get a piece of the other one?
That kind of ice he's calling, Brian. I think he's throwing this. It's not heel weight, really, so.
Looks like the one that's buried in behind the guard will be a catcher if he can roll in here.
Trying to get the curl a little, but it will not, and it will jam, and that's the situation you were talking about.
That's the trouble.
I think it is Team Ryan sitting 1 anyways, maybe, or sitting 2, maybe 3.
Yeah.
And they may just ignore that Chambers stone.
I think they will too. I mean, one call, if they could hit the red one and roll in 3 or 4 inches, and then Chambers would have a real tough shot. He'd have to come in off the one on the outside of the 8 foot there, but.
I like just making it go away. Look at 4.
Well, if you make it go away, then the one at the back of the 4 foot is a sort of a catcher that it's a pretty easy draw freeze for Chambers. I'd love to keep the pressure on here. I either like blocking up that hole, and then Chambers would have to angle tap the red one in. I mean, I know he's thinking right now he'd love to take that red one out and roll in about 3 inches, 2 inches. That's what he'd love to do.
But if you get too cute on it, you got the possibility of the jam there too. So
that's what's great about curling. There's always 2 or 3 different shots. I like this call here too. This little cover up the hole, and you cover up the red one a little bit. I like that. I think that's what they're going to go for here. They're going to cover up that draw to the 4 foot and cover up that tap on the red one as much as possible.
And just say, here's 18 inches to draw to the 4 foot. Go for it.
Your turn. That's right. So if you're Chambers right now, you got things running through your mind like, okay, I think I'm going to play the tap. The draw looks tough. Depends where they put this here. I think they should cover up that red tap as much as possible. He's out pretty wide here. They had one here earlier in the end. It took a long time to curl in here.
And they're not touching it either.
They're not touching it.
Weight.
There it comes.
Now.
Pretty nice shot. Very nice shot.
All right. 4 foot's yours. I don't even know how.
Whew. I mean, that tap on the red one is there. It's delicate.
Could they get through the hole and just,
That's the other shot, is throw like a control weight through the hole without turn and hit that on the nose.
The one at the fighting the back 4 is what we're talking about. So.
Yeah.
It's nothing easy here.
No, this goes back to the last end, like that's what I was saying earlier in the end. You know, here we are. Here's the scenario I was talking about. Wow, I've left myself such a tough shot. The game can be over here if they miss this shot. Yeah, he's going to go through the hole here with control weight. I think this is the easier shot. The ice, I mean, they know the ice. The ice is true. It's predictable.
Well, I mean, you could drive a Mack truck through that port, Brian.
Yeah.
But it looks awfully narrow from the hack, doesn't it?
You've never skipped, have you? It's a big shot here. It's a big shot. Looks pretty good early. Great shot. Big pressure shot.
That makes a huge difference in this game, Brian. A 2-1 lead now, but Corey Chambers made a shot when he absolutely had to make it.
Yeah, and it was hard for the Ryan team to cover everything there. I mean, if his guard would have come another 2 inches, that shot probably wasn't going to be there, but then the tap on the red was going to be there, so it's hard to cover everything. Anyway, a great end for the Ryan team, and a big pressure shot for the Chambers team. I think it's 10-end game, gets them back in the game, and they can take a breath here and get back into making some quality shots.
Yeah, we use that word confidence, Brian, and I think that was a huge shot for the confidence, not only for Corey Chambers, but for the rest of the team, knowing Skipper can bail them out. But the rest of the team's got to step up now, too.
Oh, yeah, for sure. That was not a well-played end by the Chambers team. But curling is a funny game. It's momentum changes quite a few times in a game. But the Ryan team looks sharp, though. It's going to be a really good game. So Ryan has decided to come around the center guard. If he wanted to score more points, he could be a little more aggressive and go, a wide guard. But then that would allow the Chambers team to come around, and then he'd have to chase. So he's going to come around this center guard here and let the Chambers team chase him a little bit. And I think that's a good idea because, based on the last end, he did. He saw some misses, and he's just going to feel out the Chambers team here to see how they're going to react here in this third end. Fourth end. Sorry.
See, when they're coming this way,
yeah, I know it's fourth end.
That's even. They changed that rule last year.
Have you put your fingers on them? Four fingers, not one finger. Big shot here. It's early in the end, but it's a big shot. It just goes back to momentum, and they're going to slip by, and they won't be happy with that. So Ryan can hit and he can roll to the wings and hope that rock comes into play as a counter later on, or he could hit and roll underneath. I think the Chambers team would have to run that red one back and kind of go on to the next end. But anyway, we'll see what happens here.
Balaka getting a chance to throw a hit, and Leeds don't do that an awful lot, as we know these days.
Real nice shot. And I can just tell by Chambers tapping his broom here. He's a little frustrated. He's hitting one out in the wings. He doesn't have any pressure on. The other team's got a rock buried on the forefoot. Not going his way right now.
Yeah, you don't like being in chase mode. And really, if we're talking about these first four ends, that's been a consistent thing that Team Chambers has been chasing. Absolutely. Every end.
Absolutely. I think we've got a miss here.
Looks flashing all the way and going from bad to worse for Team Chambers.
And I think Ryan senses it too. He sees it. Like he's just going to let this play out, not get too crazy going to the middle, or he's going to make the Chambers team come back and make some shots here. Out-turn draw to the wings here. Should be back in behind the T line, so there's no hit and roll to the center. I don't mind even back 12. Sometimes this rock, doesn't really come into play most times, but
something to think about.
That's exactly right. Something to think about.
Just a reminder, we will be back on the air today at 1 p.m. Eastern. 1 p.m. Eastern. It'll be a women's trials direct entry game between Corinne Brown of Kamloops, that's Team Brown of Kamloops, British Columbia, Team Casey Scheidegger of Lethbridge, Alberta. Team Scheidegger versus Team Brown. That's coming up at 1 p.m. right here on YouTube Curling Canada. We'll also have draws at 5 p.m. Eastern and 9 p.m. Eastern.
So the Chambers team tried to hit that rock and roll into behind cover back on the 8-foot, and then his plan would have been to try to freeze, then get out of the end that way, freeze to those rocks back in there. They pretty much hit it on the nose, so now Ryan will just try to replace that hit and roll out to the wings even more, or hit and roll out wouldn't be awful either. They would have preferred to roll a little farther out to the wings here, because Chambers will do the same.
Now you're being picky.
But this gives Chambers now a chance to hit and roll into the back 4-foot, and that will be his only way out this end. That if that rock stays there, then the freeze shots will come to that. It's his only way out.
Yeah, Team Chambers definitely playing with fire this end. They're down 2-1. Team Ryan does have hammer and sitting 3, which is not a great combination. They're trying to get some curl out of this, but to roll to the outside. And the nose hit would be the preferred result here.
Yeah,
Colin Kurz.
nose hit, or you could roll it out at this point. Better than rolling in. Because as that rock moves up the house, the chance for the hit and roll to the button becomes easier.
Trying to hold the line is Brendan Balaka. Just roll in a little bit, and that's kind of that spot that you were warning them against.
Well, it gives Chambers' team a chance. It doesn't look good, but like one good hit and roll here will change this end.
Hasn't that been the story the last 3 ends? It's been looking for that roll. Talked about Corey Chambers having played in the 2020 Canadian Mixed. He didn't win the Manitoba Mixed Championship. That was won by Braden Calvert, but there was a scheduling conflict between the Canadian Mixed and a Grand Slam event. Braden Calvert chose to go to the Grand Slam, and Corey Chambers represented Manitoba at the 2020 Mixed. And lost the bronze medal game that year to Jamie Cooey of the Northwest Territories. And of course, Jamie on that team happened to have his sister Carrie Galusha playing vice skip, and Carrie Galusha yesterday won the A event final in the women's pre-trials direct entry. Team Galusha will play against the winner of Team Jones and Team Hunkin in the AB final of the women's pre-trials direct entry coming up later this today.
So Julian wasn't able to hit and roll in. He actually it didn't curl very much, and it hit and rolled out. So Ryan will just try to replace this. Back 12. It looks a little heavy here.
One of the rare misses we've seen out of Team Ryan.
Would have been interesting to see what Chambers would have done if they would have made that shot. I don't know if he would have tried to freeze on that one on the 4-foot or not. Now he's going to try the same thing. He's going to reduce the damage here and hit this one and try to roll in under cover, which will give him something to freeze to on his next shot. But it's looking like a pretty easy 2 here for the Ryan team at this point.
It was put in motion on lead rocks, wasn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. That first miss.
Corey Chambers with his first stone of the 4th end. Trying to keep this straight. Now they'll see if they can get it to move. Will they get that roll? Not quite.
Now, some would wonder, well, why is he hitting and rolling out to the wings? Well, if he hits and rolls underneath his own on the back forefooot, that would give Chambers an out. He could freeze to that one, and then Ryan would be forced to, drawing the button for one. So by hitting and rolling to the wings here, he's basically guaranteeing his two. Chambers will, he'll hit. If this rock goes out to the 8-foot or 12-foot, Chambers will hit that and basically concede the two.
JT Ryan with his first stone of this fourth end.
Wow, I love the way he throws on these. Nice and quiet. I would have liked a little more roll in that. This gives Chambers a chance to make a really nice hit and roll here to the back of the button and maybe be shot, I think. As I said, curling's a funny game. It's been a tough end for the Chambers team. The whole end has not gone well, but with one roll here can change the complex of this end.
Corey Chambers now. Big shot here. Made a big shot last end that we saw to get his one. Now they're trying to get this to curl. That's
the Chambers team is throwing quite a bit more weight than the Ryan team, and I've noticed on this ice all week, if you up the weight, it runs pretty straight. The hack weight backline shots are the shots that you get some finish with.
I think that's probably one of the big evolutions in the game among junior and just out of junior age curlers is that they're backing off throwing the big weight like they used to. They've understood, and probably one of the guys who kind of revolutionized that was Randy Furby in the early 2000s. People started seeing you don't have to throw it, 6-second hog line to hog line hits all the time. I mean, when you were 23 like JT Ryan, were you throwing hack weight on your hits? No,
I didn't know what hack weight was at that time, unfortunately. But really, to me, it was Ed Wernick.
Oh, you were Ontario guys. That's right. I'm from out west, So
we were all throwing peels and big hits, and they were throwing rinky-dink taps and wicks and draw. He was a master. They were great at it.
So JT Ryan chose to ignore the hit and drew the forefoot.
Wow, I love that confidence.
Right.
I love the confidence.
And that's something too. Not a lot of juniors would have done that.
And it's true because he just threw the hit, and it was a nice shot, but he had the confidence to throw the draw to the forefoot. And just look at their body language here. They're laughing, joking around. They're playing well. And look at the other four guys in the other team. They're all separated. They're not talking. And really, so the score is only 4-1. But just look at the team dynamics here. It's really interesting.
Yeah, that is a key element of the game, and so much of the work in developing curling teams is done on the warm side of the glass, as they say.
Yeah.
But still a lot of curling, 6 ends to go, and down 3. That's really, that can be made up in an awful hurry with the 5-rock rule.
Oh yeah, and the 10-end. I love the 10-end game. It's kind of we're sort of going towards the 8-end game, but if this was an 8-end game now 4-1, it's like it's real tough. But 10 ends, there's all kinds of time, all kinds of stuff can happen yet. Crazy stuff.
Quick update in the other men's game. The C event semifinal, Team Sean Meacham did get a deuce in the 4th end, and they are up 2-0 playing 5 against Team Sean Grassie. Winner of that game will play the loser of the game we are featuring here in the C event final. Women's action in the women's B event final. Team Jessie Hunkin now up 5-1 on Team Caitlin Jones. Team Hunkin getting a deuce in the 3rd end. And in the C event semifinal is a 2-2 tie between Team Jill Brothers and Team Lauren Mann. And it is Team Brothers with last rock here in the 4th end. Reminder that you can get all the scores all the time. Curling.ca/scoreboard. Curling.ca/scoreboard. So
the Ryan team just going to play play it cooler, playing the scoreboard here, and not put too much pressure on. Put one in the house. He called another one here in the house, so he's hoping to maybe play a clean end here, but Chambers is not going to have anything to do with that. They're going to throw some guards up and try to get a multiple score.
Just lobbing them in and making Team Chambers have to do something about it, but they're just going to ignore and put up a second corner guard, it appears. Stu Shields.
It's pretty simple a strategy here now for Ryan and basically Chambers. Like, Chambers will put up a second guard. Ryan will put up a tight guard to cover the two in the house. You know, then Chambers will start hitting and hopefully get a break on one of the runs he runs back.
So we're in the fifth end, and when would Corey Chambers start thinking about scoreboard management in terms of saying, maybe do I try to blank the fifth end so I can have Hammer in the sixth, or would a deuce now be more important than that?
Chambers has to go all out for points right now. The way things are happening right now, he knows he needs to score two as soon as possible. He can't be waiting too much longer.
So the only scoreboard management is the two numbers at the end of the scoreboard that they're really worrying about.
I think so.
Not the even numbers on top.
And not just that, Al. It's also the way the game's been going so far. Like the Chambers team, they've been struggling since that steal in the second end. And if there's any way you can, get the game a little bit closer and put a couple of pressure shots on the opposition. Right now, there hasn't been a pressure shot on the opposition, and that makes a huge difference. When we're down, we're playing, I always say to my teammates, like, if we can just get these guys to throw one pressure shot. Yeah, it doesn't look good right now, but hang in here long enough that you can get them to throw one or two pressure shots. You might get a break.
I'd say one of the assets for a really good curler that I often think gets overlooked is patience. The patience, right? You don't have to get it all back right on this end.
Totally. And that's what I said in the third end. I said, like, it's going to be interesting to see what they do in the third end. And they got in big trouble. Here again, I think they should run something back here, and then you have three Red Rocks up front. But now he's playing a corner freeze, and great if it works out, but you're putting a lot of pressure on your teammates. And looks pretty good here, though.
So people would look at that and say there's two yellow rocks in the forefoot. Must be advantage Ryan, but that's actually turned the end around pretty significantly, I think, for Team Chambers, and that both are behind the tee.
For sure. Yeah, Ryan's not real happy with the way it is right now, but the thing is, like, Chambers threw the two corner guards. By him freezing, or what the shot he just called there, he's basically taking those two corner guards out of play, except they are still there. So now Ryan's going to play a little corner freeze and just sort of junk it up in there. And what I like about that is he's still going to put the pressure on the Chambers team. They're going to have to make shots to score points. But that's the great thing about the 5-rock rule. Hey, there are rocks in play, and there's trouble all over the place.
Lots of landmines still out there. Colin Kurz and Brendan Block on the sweep. Joey Hart's shot, trying to get that corner freeze, and that looks pretty good.
Now that was a good shot. The downside is if you hit the yellow onto the red goes back into the crotch of those two on the back of the forefoot. So, Chambers makes another freeze in the back here. Ryan's going to have a decision to make. Big shot here. This is a big shot right here.
Julian Leduc, Stu Shields on the sweep.
Looking pretty good.
Got it by 1. They've got it by 2, almost. And it will be second shot rock. It will still be Team Ryan with shot rock, but pretty decent situation now. And I think Colin Kurz is going to go down and have a chat with JT Ryan about how to approach this situation.
It would have made a difference if the Chambers team could have got that in for shot. We'll see here. I don't know. They could throw a long guard and get really crazy, or they could freeze one right into that spot as well.
Well, my preferred call always is just to throw one as hard as you can, just to see how the rocks fly. But that's why you're a world senior champion and I'm in here.
Well, they've got, for Ryan to peel something out now, he might give Chambers a chance at 3. Oh, I'm looking at the monitor. The shot looks easier on the monitor than the ice. No, that freeze is not there. Those 2 yellow rocks at the back of the forefoot. I always say to my team, like, the rocks behind the tee line are not our friends without last rock.
JT Ryan clearly taking my advice, which I am pleased by.
Very good. Good call. I might have got a little more aggressive and thrown a guard up there, but a lot of rocks to come here. That's the scary part. I mean, I think this is a good call in the sense of that he's playing the scoreboard a little bit here. Let's get rid of some of the mess and hopefully whack a few rocks and. Well, I like that shot. I mean, yeah, there are 2 red rocks in there, but they're both accessible, and lots of rocks to come yet. So you can, the Ryan team will be taking out here in the next few rocks for sure.
I'd have to say Team Chambers is sitting shot if our Team Ryan is sitting shot if I'm a betting man, but
it's not going to matter.
Yeah,
those rocks
we
are
still
going
got
to be there.
Plenty of granite to fly.
No. I missed the call here. I think he's playing back 408, so I think he's going to come in and tap that red one back. It'd be great if you could tap that red one on the top forefoot, go back and just kiss that yellow one, put it in behind the red one so it jams.
Julian Leduc, as we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, his cousin is Corey Chambers, the skip.
Looks a little tight here. It's going
Shields and Weeb working hard. And now it is Corey Chambers with shot rock. But there is the double available now for Colin Kurz, it looks like.
Yeah, they won't be happy with that shot. So. This rock will be moving. I'm going to guarantee you that. This will be. Hoping for the double here. Get rid of 2 red rocks. That's Ryan's goal at this point. Get rid of all his red rocks.
Balaka trying to hold the line. And
great.
Well executed shot by Colin Kurz.
This goes back to the last shot by the Chambers team. They're just missing by a couple of inches here and there. having a hard time setting up the rocks in the right positions.
So it's a makeable double, but I guess it's about where you leave your shooter that takes away a double from
he's
JT Ryan.
at this point he's still trying to figure out how can I score 2 here. So my guess is he's going to try to tap those 2 yellow ones with maybe, I think I saw him call back 4 weight, back 4, back 8 weight. Set up a little pocket, and hopefully his shooter will be in front of that pocket that Ryan's team can't get them out.
Julian Leduc being asked to jiggle those yellows. Haven't laid a brush to it. Now it is Stu Shields going to work on it, trying to get it to curl a little bit.
Last one over curled a bit. This one's just under curling a bit. Just not precise enough. We're going to give Ryan here a chance for another pretty easy double. And there should be 3 yellow rocks left in the house after the shot. And again, as I said a couple ends ago, the lack of pressure shots that Chambers is making Ryan throw, it's so obvious. You know, it's such an easy game right now for the Ryan team. They're ahead in the scoreboard. The shots are easy. No, I'm not saying a double's easy shot, but you know, that's a pretty.
It's open, and just throw it hard, and good things will happen if you're on the broom.
They expect to make this shot.
T. Ryan.
I think they like it. No, it didn't quite curl enough.
He's got a little action on that shooter, and it rolls out now. Probably one of the first misses we've really seen, and suddenly Corey Chambers has a deuce on the table.
And actually 3's in play now. Like, what a crazy game.
Yeah, you can see that was it's partially buried, that one over there, and still will be accessible. But if Corey can hide this rock, chance to bounce. But even a deuce going into the 5th end break would be massive.
Yeah, oh, no doubt about it. The way this end has been going, and all of a sudden to be presented with a deuce would be great.
Corey Chambers, his first delivery of this 5th end.
They'll want to put this on the tee line to make sure they don't set up the cross-S double, though. Looking pretty good. Tee line's the shot I think they're after here. Nice.
I do not think there is a double there.
I don't think so either. And I think Ryan's just going to... It's hard to see how much that is open.
Eyeing it up. If we can maybe get just a little wider shot of the house, we can see the guard and how much they can see of it. I don't think it's an awful ton, though. Looks like they'll make a play at it, Brian.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not right behind the hack, but...
I would have thought there's about half a rock exposed. There you can see. There's a good shot. Well, pretty 3/4, if not more.
Good. Kid's got nerve. I like it.
Of course, making a play on the rock that Corey just threw, you're bringing the jam into play as well. So.
Yeah, I thought he might just pick it out and give him his 2, but I guess he feels confident with this. He can just take it out. It is half open, so.
Just a little too thin and go underneath. Yeah. Wow. Didn't get a lot of it, but.
Well, he felt confident he can make that shot, so I don't think that double was there, but I guess he didn't like the jam of the other one.
So it will be a draw. This needs maybe bite the 4 is really all he needs, but he's going to draw to his backing, essentially throw the same shot he threw on his first, and he will put a deuce on the board. And that would be a huge boost for Team Chambers going into this 5th end break.
I can tell you he feels really good about having this opportunity right now after the way the end has gone.
Shields and Weeb not really wanting to rush this at all. It's going to come down in time.
Still
Should be
flying.
okay.
Oh, it kissed there.
Oh, no.
A little too heavy.
Just a bit too heavy, and it will be just a single point.
Wow.
For Team Chambers, and it will be Team JT Ryan that takes a 4-2 lead into the 5th end break. Players will take a break, and so will we. We'll be right back to the RA Center after this.
Get your tickets now at curling.ca.
Welcome back to the RA Center in Ottawa. We are about to start the sixth end of this B event final between Team JT Ryan, Team Corey Chambers, and it is a 4-2 lead for Team JT Ryan, and they will have last rock advantage coming into this sixth end. My name is Al Cameron from Curling Canada. My pleasure to be joined by two-time Canadian seniors and former world senior men's champion Brian Cochran from right here in Ottawa. And Brian, if you were team, we'll put you in the position of a coach, and I'll ask you what you would have said to these teams if you were with them at the fifth end breaks. What would you have said with Team Chambers?
Well, with Team Chambers, they've struggled so far in the game, and I would suggest that there should be a little more team talk, a little more communication, and just play the game. They're going to have to take some chances. Just try to get back into a situation where, as I said earlier, try to put some pressure on the opposition. And, you're just trying to keep the game close now and have a chance late in the game to pull it out.
And conversely, if you were with Team JT Ryan at the fifth end break, more of the same.
That'd be easier. I'd say, hey, boys, you're playing great. And love the strategy, love the weight you're throwing, and the team communication's great. Just keep it up. Now one other thing is that you start playing the scoreboard later in the game. As far as strategy calls, take a look at the scoreboard before you make that call.
I'm pleased to say we will hear a little more of the communication in this back half of the game. We've gotten the mics on to the players for the back half of this game, so we'll be able to get some insight from what they have to say during this game.
Weight's good. Line's good in there. Weight's good. Jules is in. Jules is in. Yep.
Reminder that the winner of this game gets 2 lives in the playoffs. They will play Vincent Roberge tonight at 9 o'clock in the A-B final. And the winner of that game will go straight to Liverpool, Nova Scotia for the home hardware pre-trials. The loser gets another chance. They'll drop into the second qualifying game against the C-event champion. And that will take place on Sunday.
Quite a bit less. Just bite top 8. Easy. Roll, Joey. Want to go 8?
So Ryan's sticking with the strategy here. He drew his first one in the top 4. And draw to the forefoot and make the scoring area pretty small here in the end.
Okay.
And it's one thing that we kept saying is Team Chambers has to make Team Ryan play some tough shots.
No doubt about it. And going back to playing the scoreboard, so Ryan's team just didn't quite make that last shot, just kissed off and rolled out. And, so it's so far this end is in Chambers' favor. However, with the scoreboard, Ryan can peel and try to get out of trouble by cleaning things up. He's got that advantage now with the scoreboard. So it doesn't look good for him here. I expect he's going to start cleaning up here because it doesn't look good.
Have to share a story during that fifth end break, Brian, when the teams put the mics on, and you could hear Corey talking to JT, and Corey says it's probably a good thing they didn't put the mic on me for the first 5 ends. It was a frustrating first 5 ends, and
we can see that here, can't we? We can see that the team is they're staying apart. They're not doing too much talking together, but they're still in it.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? And we can also say they're not, even if they lose this game, they're still alive in this event too. So even making a lot of shots in the last 5 ends would do them some good and carry them into that C event final, because the losing team in this game will drop right into a C event final. So still lots on the line, and you want to get some good feelings out of this game.
You're right. You have to remember that in curling too, because it's a slippery game, and sometimes it just doesn't work out. But you have to go back to the positive parts. How many good shots we've made here so far. They've been playing well. Okay, it didn't work out great today, but just go on to the next one, and you take the information from every game that you play, and you just go from there.
Slippery game, eh? I see you working here. Ice, slippery, I see it.
It is in many ways.
Reminder, Corey Chambers did get to the A event final as well, losing to Vincent Roberge yesterday. Vincent Roberge will play the winner of this game in that AB final with a berth in Liverpool on the line.
Nice pair, Joe.
Same thing.
Yeah.
So Chambers is was gonna play cat and mouse here for everybody. He's gonna replace the guard, and then the Ryan team will have to decide how are we gonna move these rocks around, because right now it doesn't look good for Ryan team, because those two red ones will jam back into that one on the 4-foot. So.
Yeah, we got to play.
Line's a little tight.
Hair tight.
It's going to overcurl. It's going to overcurl.
If one of these guards over curls, then the Ryan team can throw an angle run back and change the positioning of the rocks in the house. I think they could do that right now.
He said he doesn't hate coming off for yellow, but not on this one.
No, it's just going to peel it off.
That's yeah. And like you said, the only use of one.
And you can hear their plan. If Chambers throws one more guard, then the Ryan team will come in off the yellow and move things around.
Always thinking shots ahead, aren't they? Good skips, do.
For sure.
Good.
Peel made by former world mixed champion Colin Kurz.
And if I'm Ryan right now as a skip, he's looking at this. He's trying to clean things up as much as possible. But what he really wants is not to give up a steal of 2 for sure.
Yeah, that's bad.
But what he really wants is a shot for 1. He's had great draw weight. If he can get a piece of that pot open up for later,
Line's better.
gives him a
The
chance.
slide was better, but
The one thing, having seen JT at 3 Canadian Junior Championships over the years, it takes a lot to rattle him. He's a cool customer on the ice, which you'd expect with that last name, considering his dad is a former world champion himself, Jeff Ryan, and then his uncle was Pat Ryan. So
Been around. Yeah, no, I like the demeanor of this team.
it's not bad.
Calm. They're making good decisions.
Well, let's just talk it out. We have time. Or you hammer this and just get this going. We'll be shot. Okay, so what's going to happen here? I peel.
Now they're trying to figure out
We peel.
what's going to happen here the next 2 or 3 shots.
Well, the 2's going for fun. The 2 will go. It's not behind. This isn't moving anywhere. This is staying here, and it's second. No, I think 3 will scooch over to the edge of the 2. Maybe a hair, but
Yeah, I think that guard didn't cover up the two red ones in the house, so
He's probably playing it
Ryan's
with,
looking
back house
slashing
weight
that top
so that
red
we get
one,
a jam.
and that will make the second red one go a little bit closer to the center line.
I think if this
and
was
probably
open, we'd
roll
have
out.
to play this, but it's not. Okay.
His
What
team's
do you
talked
like?
him into peeling that front one.
You think you're okay with that? I'm okay. I would like to see him, if he doesn't make this tap, really good. You're going to have a shot for 2, and worst case, you have a pretty easy one for 1, I think.
Let's make this. You like the out still?
Yeah.
good conversation.
Yeah, it's good conversation. I didn't mind Ryan's first call of hitting those 2 red ones back in there, and it opens up. It would have kept the 4-foot free for a draw for 1, but we'll see. It's not a bad call.
Whoa. No. Whoa.
That's going to have to move a little.
Good.
It did. Never a doubt.
Just got to hit the right.
What I do like about that call, again, the score is 4-2, is it makes the Chambers team make a nice shot. You put the pressure back on them and
We're never going to get rid of this rock.
make them make the hard shots, and if you make the easy ones, you're gonna win the game.
Which pretty much is the story of this game, hasn't it
For
been?
sure.
It's
And then just roll that on.
No, like not off of this rock. I want this like frozen to this here.
Okay. Okay, I see what you're
Then
saying.
you can't actually.
No, I think you guys are right.
Yeah.
So some options here for Team Chambers.
Bill was convinced it's a
Looks like they're going to come in
I just
or
would have hated to
play the hit.
leave 2 reds in the rings.
You like this?
I think I would maybe just come in and freeze on top of this red one. And
What I see happening would have been, I play that, my shooter's gone, yellow's gone.
Control.
I think he's playing this a shot too early, but
And they think,
sometimes if you don't play it, then you don't get a chance to play it
This
later
is
on,
Corey
you know.
Chambers' first rock, so
Yeah.
first skipped rock.
Yeah. I mean, there are going to be 3 red rocks in play, so, but to me, it gives Ryan a chance to blast them out.
Sweep is called earlier by Julian Ledoux. Now they're trying to get it to curl, and they may have overcooked the sweep. Just a little. They were hoping to get to the nose, and it hung out.
Yeah, and that's the tough part about that call there is, you know, again, I go back to the scoreboard. I think I would have waited a bit longer on that and left it to the last one, because now, again, Ryan can just blast these out here, and even if he doesn't make a great shot here, he knows in the back of his mind the forefoot's going to be open for a draw for a 1. So now,
to here? Yeah. Yeah, but then he's just doing that. I'm saying I think I can roll. Oh. 7/8 low with peel? Yeah, I'm good with that. You still got to kill the 2 though. Yeah.
I love that there's a 7/8.
7/8 low with peel and get our shooter over
Like,
there.
how many people can actually see 7/8 versus 3/4? I mean, that's
Like that
curling
way?
language is just one of my favorite
I
things
know.
in the world. It's not I don't like the shot. It's I don't hate this shot.
Like that should have broke earlier.
So 7/8 is the call for JT Ryan.
maybe we'll have the technology soon that, you know, the viewers will be able to see what 7/8 is, and
Right. And see how close they came to 7/8.
looks pretty good.
Just like that, that was the call. And it looks like Team Ryan is sitting 2.
That's the shade fatter is real nice.
Right on the nose.
Yeah.
It gives Chambers a chance to
I never thought you could
double
do
these
that.
2 yellow ones off, and then
Almost the end of me.
you know, Ryan may have a double for the blank, or he'll just a fairly simple draw for 1.
For the record, we have determined that was closer to 13/16 than
Okay.
7/8.
Actually,
but-
no, we just ripped to the double and we get our blank. Yeah.
Should be good. Very nice.
Nice shot.
On blank? Yeah. Should be.
Blank attempt on the double here.
Yep.
You had a blank no matter what.
Yeah.
It's one of the blessings of being able to throw it hard,
Even if we dead
like
nose,
JT
he's
Ryan can.
doing this, right?
Yeah, he'll have to roll out all the way across the house for his blank here, but you know,
You're throwing this, right?
I'm pretty
No
sure
one
he's
throwing me out.
going to be able to throw
Yeah.
enough weight to do that. And worst case scenario, he scores 1. Up 3 after 6 wouldn't be too bad either.
Thanks.
Yep. Clean, yep.
Real nice release.
Hard! Forward!
Just like that.
Great
Don't break
shot.
your knee.
Ouch.
Oh my God, that almost killed me.
Colin Kurz taking a little shrapnel as he had to stop one of those stones, and
That rock came out of nowhere.
he wasn't expecting it. But it is a blank,
Way to clean that up, boys.
and Team Ryan will take a 2-point lead and the hammer into the 7th
I
end.
think that was the right call.
Just a quick update on the other games going on this morning at the RA Center here in Ottawa. Canadian Curling Pre-Trials, direct entry action.
And I saw that he was killing
Men's
the
C event, semi-final. Team Sean Meacham from Swift Current, Saskatchewan, having a deuce in the 4th and the 6th. They're up 4-1 against Team Sean Grassie from Winnipeg. We mentioned that Sean Grassie and Corey Chambers, once teammates, they lost a Manitoba final in 2013 to Jeff Stoughton, now, of course, the national men's coach for Curling Canada. Two women's games in action as well. Women's B final. Team Jesse Hunkin really turning the screws hard today. They are now in an 8-3 lead over Team Caitlin Jones. Team Hunkin out of North Battleford, Saskatchewan.
Play this role pretty
And
aggressive.
Team Jones out of Winnipeg, or Assiniboine, Manitoba, I believe. It's an 8-3 lead. Team Hunkin with a 3 in the first end, 3 in the fifth, and a deuce in the third. And C-Event semifinal in women's is Team Jill Brothers from Halifax taking on Team Laura Mann from here in Ottawa, and it is a 3-3 tie playing the sixth end. We're on Skip Rocks in the sixth, so we'll give you an update briefly, but it's Team Mann having Hammer in the sixth in a 3-3 tie. And, of course, our game in the seventh now, and seeing as how Rocks are at the back of the hack, not a great start for Team Chambers here.
No, the Chambers team still struggling a little bit. The first guard attempt slipped into the house, and once again, and Ryan's team just nice easy peel, fewer rocks in play. 4-2 lead with the hammer, feeling pretty good right now.
Still room. Still have room. Still have room.
For sure.
Yep, you gotta go. This guard's gotta be better. Go.
Sue Shields will get the center guard up.
Yeah, and Ryan will just come.
Open side.
They've decided this time to go to the open side. It's almost a rock that doesn't come into play very often, other than looking at it for a while. Because Chambers is happy with this call, because he's coming around the center. He's down 4-2. There's no doubt what he's going to do. He's coming around, or maybe throwing another guard, but
I think that one is
flying.
not going to stop anytime soon.
That's okay. Done that.
Yeah, nice good high one here.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised with that call. I mean, I don't hate the call. I know they're up 4-2, but just the way this game has been going, I think I would have thrown top four and make the other team come at you. And if you get in trouble, hey, you've got last rock. Just peel it out, clean it off.
It seemed to me that was kickable too. That's a strategy that's come into
for sure
vogue. Obviously, get the two corners out of it. But
Jules is in.
Yeah, I love to play that tick when the rock's close to the house. And open it up.
Go.
Oh, no, I don't like it now because it stops stuff you, kills you.
And there it is. There is a perfect shot by Devin Weeb, and that's kind of the shot that Team Chambers has been waiting for this whole
I
game.
think this is what we're up to.
That said,
Yeah.
it's going to be awfully tough to generate anything now that we're past that free guard zone rule and 5-rock rule. That means Joey Hart can peel it out.
Yep.
Yeah, it's going to be peel guard.
Clean.
Hope for a mistake, and if they don't, then they draw for one. Because that red rock is just biting the top four. So,
I guess so.
Ryan's already thinking, I can peel this whole end, and if they make every shot perfectly, I can still draw the 4-foot for one. It's a pretty comfortable feeling.
Well, for skips that win a lot, yeah.
No, really. I mean, they've been here. This is the 5th game. They've thrown, 150 rocks on the ice.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's what I was saying, like,
The ice is beautiful. It's
knock it out.
it's
You're in the same spot.
It's gotta stop now.
pretty high
Then you can just
pretty
play the
high
field
odds you're
all
going to
in.
make the draw to the 4-foot.
Well, and
That's a good
we
draw.
saw in the fourth end when JT Ryan chose to draw to the 4-foot, it could have had the hit for one, but that tells you about the confidence he has in draw weight.
For sure. So the guard just overcurled a little bit. Now he's decided to hit the back one because with the guard off center, it even opens up his thinking for his last straw to the pot even more.
Clean. Yep.
Oh, thanks.
Hard. Whoa. Hard.
Joey Hart trying to remove that shot stone, and it's looking like he will do it, but not hold the shooter. Sounded like a little more weight than they were expecting.
I think so. Just didn't curl, and it's so weight sensitive. I think some teams would have tried to do the angle double on that shot.
Top four.
Because now, I mean, previously the shot rock was only biting the top four. Now these guys can get in there and bite the button, which would make Ryan's last draw tougher. So
Make it better.
make it better.
Yep.
We'll give you a quick update. Women's C event semifinal. Team Lauren Mann of Ottawa scores 3 in the 6th end to take a 6-3 lead now on Team Jill Brothers from Halifax.
Hard.
Is that going to touch the guard? It will.
Get in. Go. Whoa.
Just a little light and tight. Well, mostly
tight.
light, I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
Huge roll. You want to try and make that? Is that in? Yeah, it's in.
Yeah, they got two thoughts here. You could do the angle double.
That's your shot. Just follow it through. Like, you don't want to stuff it because then it might spill to the fourth. Third. Third.
I think this is the shot because the trouble rock right here is the center rock.
Right.
So get rid of this, and again, worst case scenario, you're drawing somewhere for one or open hit for one, and these guys can make this shot.
Yep. Whoa. Yes.
Sounding pretty close.
Stay out. Still better. Is it out? It's stuck
Just stays on the rings. And
We're stuck there, JT. I should have had him hard on and stuffed it over top. That's what I was trying to get. I knew it was never coming up. That's a problem. I know. With the problem with, well, we were trying to play underneath it.
so Corey Chambers trying to generate some offense here to get a steal, and he will call the guard.
Now, the question here is, do you put a center guard on the center line, or do you
That's why I call
cover
it hard.
the rock that's in the house? If you put a rock on the center line, they're going to do the same slash angle double, and you don't want to leave that situation. So you want this guard to come over about maybe covering the rock in the house by about an inch or two.
Easy. Go to
So
higher depth.
there's no angle double, but looks like this rock's staying out. They're going to leave them the same shot. What they really wanted there was to bring that rock over about a rock and a half, and then maybe tempt the Ryan team to draw around, which I don't think they would, but it tempts them.
Follow through. I think it's a third to nut it here.
And
A third nuts it. That's a third.
and wouldn't allow them to do an angle double here. To me, this is a low pressure shot, another low pressure shot for the Ryan team. Just throw it down there, try to angle double them off, always knowing that you're going to have a draw for one.
Whoa.
He's too thin.
It's close.
Oh, just over top.
Over top.
Corey Chambers now about to throw his first of this 7th end.
Third dozen.
But I'm thinking
That was bad info. You hit a third. Yeah. I was gonna say a third definitely doesn't. I'm sorry. That was half a rock.
They're
right
just
there.
laughing at the other end, JT Ryan and Colin Kurz about how they just missed on the angle.
if we're here, he's running the double all day.
So now they're deciding, do we come in or do we throw a guard? Well, the reason they're going to come in, because if they throw a guard that's a little off the center line,
Well, that's why I call it.
that gives Ryan the chance to
Like it's never gonna curl.
get in there first and maybe score a deuce. And at this point, Chambers doesn't want that to happen. So it looks like they're going to try to come around. Ryan will try the double, and we'll go from there.
Back four.
I guess what that is like I said, played over the top because I didn't want to spill into the forefoot. But it's pretty hard to spill into the forefoot.
Yeah, I don't think you can with PO.
So it might have been easier just to play the 3/4 loss underneath it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe.
Like even a shade less or no? Yeah.
Mike's gonna be able to pick up my stomach.
Line's good. Hard line.
Corey
Line
Chambers
good.
now with the draw
Line's
attempt.
fine. Line's fine. Line's fine. Line's fine.
They seem to like the line. They
Line's
seem to
good.
like the weight.
Just back 4.
And he called back 4 because he'd like to have
Yeah, you got, so you gotta
more
go.
separation,
You gotta go.
as much separation as possible, so it
Everything
makes the double tougher.
Everything.
Good sweep, guys. Good judge.
Nice spot,
Yeah.
but it's relatively exposed.
What, a third to stuff it?
A third to stuff it, yeah.
Half?
Yeah, I think it's a hair thicker.
But the run back will be taken on, it looks like, by JT Ryan.
And the Chambers team didn't get it fully buried, so this leaves an angle double. So if Ryan's able to make this angle double, then there won't be any rocks in play. Whereas if the rock was totally buried, Ryan would have to throw a straight run back at it, and there'd be still a corner guard up that
Yeah, 2/3 makes it.
Chambers could come around and make the force of one. But not an easy shot here. The downside risk is he could jam this and it could roll to the pot, and then Chambers puts a guard on a rock that's sitting right on the button, and
For sure it is.
that's what he's hoping for.
Whoa! 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 Yes! Yes!
It's close, and it is going to get out. Colin Kurz gets it out of the rings. So it's an open house,
You gotta
and
take a class or something.
not a ton of options available here for Corey Chambers.
Pure guess on
Corner guard's pretty close to the wall, so but it's all he has right now. So he'll try to hang this on the very back of the 12-foot and bury it behind this corner guard as much as possible to make the blank a little tougher for Ryan.
No idea. Take less? Yeah? Yeah, it does look like a lot, actually.
These are always fun shots to watch when they try and tuck one in there.
Yeah, these are fun shots to play because it's sort of it's a team shot because you have to bury it as much as possible, and you really have to do that. You have to hang it on the back of the 12-foot. So
And you're guessing because you don't play this in practice.
no, exactly.
Got a curl time. Got a curl time. Got a curl time, Phil.
On arena ice, this in-out is usually faster.
Weight was a lot.
Never gonna bury.
Yeah. Everything got. Good try.
I'll tell you what, that was a fun attempt.
It was a good shot. Yeah,
Good
You know,
weight. But the blank attempt,
I didn't move
It's
it all.
7/8 open,
at least.
maybe 2/3.
Yeah.
Oh, you're looking at the monitor. I'm looking as a skip here in the line. This, as a skip, I'm thinking, no, it's only 2/3 open. But the shot was good enough that it forced Ryan into his out turn, being a left-hander.
No. Joey.
Trying to get it to move.
Oh, wow. That was close.
Hey, on the scoreboard, it's a blank. Nobody's going to ask Kyle, Brian. Corey Chambers having the laugh there with JT Ryan. Couldn't have done much better, Corey Chambers. So
I said Joey clean it.
Thank God that thing was on the edge of the 12.
just relaxing a little bit. That's good to see from the Chambers team that certainly looked
Hit too much of it.
didn't look comfortable out there for the first few ends, but still only 2 down,
I know.
3 ends to play.
It's a good thing your rock is on the edge of the 12 there. That wasn't going anywhere.
Okay, totally doesn't curl there. My draw didn't.
Oh, no.
Nothing.
Reminder, we'll be back on the air 1 p.m. Eastern time today, 1 p.m. with a Canadian Curling Trials direct entry game, women's game. Team Corinne Brown from Kamloops, British Columbia. Team Casey Scheidegger from Lethbridge, Alberta. Both those teams still in the hunt for one of the 3 available berths that go into the Tim Hortons Curling Trials that will take place in November in Saskatoon.
I'm pretty sure
4-5. Weight's good. Weight's good. Where is it?
Brian, I think you took in a few of the games the last time the Tim Hortons Curling Trials were here in Ottawa, in Canada, and you've seen what those events are like. There's no event like it in terms of pressure and big shot making.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's the pressure, the excitement, every shot means so much, and there were so many good games in that event. It was awesome.
Back 12.
Brendan Malaka is going to be asked to play the tick. And this is a shot that will not be allowed at the World Men's and Curling Women's Championships this season. The World Curling Federation introducing the no-tick rule, but only on shots, and I think that's a big misconception out there, only on rocks that are touching the center line, such as this one is. If that was off the center line, that would not have been, that tick would have been allowed. Bit of a scramble to see who wants that rock out more.
That's a good shot. The guard's off the center line. Did I read it's only after the 5th end, or is it the whole game?
Oh, whole game.
Whole game.
No ticks, but only on stones that are touching the center line. So, as a for instance, that yellow stone that we see, that would be tickable. That would, you'd be allowed to tick that. Thoughts on that, Brad?
I don't mind that. I think it's good. I think one of the rules, and I think Bill Shearer was one of the guys that said this, that maybe they should think about reducing the number of blanks in a game.
About the same. Devin.
You know, it's kind of like a timeout in the NFL. Each team's allowed one blank end. I'd like to see what happens with that.
take a crack.
Okay, whoa.
Quite sure what would happen on that, other than maybe just pulled the string.
Just under through it, yeah. It's okay, though. It's on the center line guard.
You making that? I think you got to try it.
Who's going to decide whether it touches the center line or not?
TBC.
Yeah.
TBC.
That's going to be interesting.
So here's an interesting situation where they can play the shot on their own stone and not worry about the free guard zone. It does not apply to your own team's stones. So they can play the hit and even catch a break if they can run it in onto that red stone that's in the rings. Brendan Balaka. It's Colin Kurz sweeping, trying to get the angle, and called and made.
Nice shot.
Why is that guy playing lead?
Shot, Shang.
What are you doing playing lead?
Leads can make those hits too. Come on.
Tight.
And this is the great position that the Ryan team's in right now. There's one center guard, one long center guard, and they lead by 2, and they've got hammer. They're in a great position.
Top 12. Close. Close line, yep.
I might have to switch spots with Bill. That guy is,
Hard line.
Devin Weeb now being asked to
Yes!
get this past that top guard and
Hard.
try and get it deep.
Good.
I think you
We'll just
try to kill him both
end up as a biter. Half in.
I think just the one, there's not much of an angle on it.
Like 6 times.
Yeah, the game plan here is just for the Ryan team, just peel it out. Chambers will throw another guard up there, and then he'll the one that just slipped into the house, he'll try to draw around that with his last one.
Clean. Nice throw, Joe.
Joey Hart, the newcomer on this team, joined it for this event. Tyler Forrest couldn't make the trip out for this pre-trials direct entry event.
Yep.
You mentioned
Halfway high.
at the top of the broadcast, Joey, the son of Richard Hart, who's won a pile of Briars, won a pile of world championships, and broken a lot of hearts in Ontario over the years.
Want it to sit down a little bit.
Okay, line's tight again.
Look, it's coming down.
Did you look at me when you said that?
We're really going to lose line.
There's probably a lot of guys who've lost provincial finals to Richie and
that's
when he
true.
was with Glenn over the years, and I know you ran up against that
Take the tight one if you're gonna
various Howards along the way, I'm sure. Russ and Glenn.
Okay, so that guard curled a little bit too much off the center line, so it's like a corner guard now. So the Ryan team's going to play this rock in the house with board weight, and they're going to hope to roll over to the wings, maybe in behind their own yellow guard, and now they're going to have a chance for 2 in this end, possibly.
It's good board.
Yep.
Hard.
Whoa, clean.
It's gonna be so
Whoa,
straight off the
Colin.
line.
Colin.
Trying to get it to stay on the rings, get the roll. Don't know if that's going to spin back in, though. No,
Okay.
just.
Yeah, just a hair big.
You heard the call, maybe just a little more weight than they were hoping for, but Corey Chambers gets a chance to throw another guard.
Yeah, that was a little more weight than they've been playing all game. So. Yeah, I think he's going to try to throw another guard that's sort of maybe half tucked in behind that other long guard. Somehow they have to try to get a guard that's a little
Room
closer
right
to the
now.
center line.
Room.
Reminder, the winner of this game will take on Vincent Roberge
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
in the
whoa, whoa.
AB
Room.
final
Room.
tonight at 9 o'clock
Devin,
Eastern.
Go ahead, yep.
Winner of that game will go straight to Liverpool, Nova Scotia for the home hardware pre-trials.
Go ahead, Dev, if you can.
The
Only if
loser
you
of
can.
this
I don't
game
want them rolling
will
in the
drop
house, though.
into the C event final against the winner of the game that's going on right now between Team Meacham and Team Grassy. It's a 4-3 lead for Team Meacham, and
Just
they
rip it.
do
Yeah,
have
let's
Hammer
not try
playing
to
the
throw
eighth
it
end.
down and- Sorry? Yeah, can you roll it in? Oh yeah, okay, well whatever you like. I mean hack's the easiest, but I don't mind bump, I hate to go bump. Yeah, board.
Some people might try the long double slash, but if you ever miss that rock on the close to the center line, that's the trouble rock right here. So you always want to deal with that trouble rock.
Make it go away, and I guess the bonus would be rolling the shooter onto the rings.
Yeah, they're playing a little down weight and trying to get a little hit and roll here. So I think they like it. They like it. That's a great shot.
Get a little spin in there, will it?
Oh, wow.
I
Don't
don't
think
think so.
No? It's a hell of a try.
That was a great try. We're going to give John Wall the benefit of the doubt and assume these rings are pretty true, and
Yeah, I think so. I don't think that's in.
maybe a 6'2" biter bar might get her in, but not the 6-foot bar.
That was a lot harder than I thought it was.
JT's like
They're
taking
looking
a
at it.
close look at it, though.
Better view from high or no?
I'm so bad at that. I'm the last person that should be asked, right? Wow, it's gonna really suck if we have an empty house. Yeah.
We're just going to assume it is not on the rings, but I'm sure we'll see if it comes to that. They'll run that bar around.
I'd love to up too, yeah.
So Corey Chambers will once again try and
I guess so, you're right.
get something in play that could lead to a
look out,
steal.
he's in.
Time running out for them. Just down 2, but
Hard call.
without last rock in this 8th end.
Oh man, that was a hard
You
shot.
gotta go. Straight.
They're
Get
literally
distance. Go.
hit it better.
Go. Both of you. Go. All right. Good sweep, guys.
We'll tell you we have a final score to report. It is Team Jesse Hunkin from North Battleford, Saskatchewan, winning the B event final
We got it.
11-3 over Team Caitlin Jones. So Team Hunkin
One of the closest ones
will play Team Kerry Galusha of Yellowknife in the
Like there's
AB final later today. The winner of that game will go straight to the pre-trials, the home hardware pre-trials in Liverpool, Nova Scotia. Team Jones still alive.
Never touch it. I'm hitting it.
They'll drop to the C event final.
So here we're going to try to come over and knock that yellow one in.
No.
Oh, no.
Never gonna know.
Yeah, I didn't want to
We
deal
will
with it.
never know,
wanna
as
deal
they
with
say.
top 12.
All that trouble for nothing. God, I suck.
And you can see this
I
Ryan
was
team
a vet
pretty
man, I would've
loosey-goosey
cut out.
right now, and for good reason.
Oh, right from the first end, they, that big steal of two. Just
I got to like you almost
took
had
the
it.
pressure
Like,
off.
If you'd have gotten a good spin in, but
They've been just making all kinds of easy shots, not too much pressure.
Oh, I'm stoked. I kind of wanted to see measure.
They're laughing and joking. I mean, Ryan's sitting here as a skip. He's assuming that he's going to have to draw for one here. There's still a long guard up there. But
Line's good now.
Top 12, guys.
Line's good now.
Top 12. Got room.
Line's good.
Yep. Whoa, whoa,
Line's good. Line's good.
whoa,
Line's good.
Denton.
Line's good. A bit.
Yep.
Whoa,
Whoa, whoa.
Sit.
Just pokes out the other side, it looks like. I think it's going to be accessible on JT's in turn,
It was like a
being a
foot that
left-hander.
it went too much. And it,
that was unfortunate for Corey's
could have more than did
rock
that.
to over-curl and come out in the open.
Long guard like that, probably accessible regardless, eh?
I like
Yeah.
hacking it.
And Ryan would love to just play, I think I heard him say
Oh yeah.
hack weight here and just hit this and roll to the wings and make Chambers decide if he's going to draw around that long guard again. That gives Ryan a chance for two, or will Chambers try to take it on to the next end?
Yep. Whoa.
Beautiful weight,
Go belt.
hack weight,
Hard belt. Hard.
just enough to hit it out.
Keep going. No roll. Actually, a little roll. Good. Great shot.
Beautiful.
I was having ninth and Meacham flashbacks.
Right. Like,
No, it's too.
it's too high.
I was scared. I was seeing Meacham flashbacks.
Good, Chris.
I think this is the right choice. I mean, he could try to draw around that long guard, but as you say, that long guard, it makes it accessible, and they'd score two, the game would be over. So
Even if I make a perfect come around, it's
he's, he's going to.
Wants JT to throw a shot, clearly.
Sure.
So
I mean, he can hit and roll here, make a nice shot too, which
Yep.
would make it difficult. Just doesn't want to lose the game on this one.
Yep. Hard.
a little inside, apparently. Glebe really working at this. Pretty good.
Nice shot.
Try.
Just rolled a couple inches too far.
What do you got?
Corey Chambers just kind of looked to the sky like, why can we not get that one
throw with
roll?
control.
Really, that's been.
Yeah. Whatever you.
They've had chances for rolls, just haven't made one.
Just haven't made one the whole game. That was a good try, and it was close. But it
Just
leaves,
control, make the blank still,
leaves
but
Ryan
just
a control
control,
shot,
whip it down the center.
look, I'd say it's half open.
About that, yeah. So he's got to be careful here. He's not a gimme. We saw last time JT Ryan had a blank that wasn't a gimme either.
No. Hopefully that's not running through his mind at this point.
Yep. Oh. Yep.
And it wouldn't be a tragedy to score one here either.
No, it wouldn't be.
Clean. Yep. Yes. Good.
Nice
The
shot.
old Hackweight peel.
Good shot, JT.
Nice. It was
For
really
the
well
blank.
thrown.
So it will be Team Ryan carrying Last Rock into the
Good,
ninth
boys, keep
end
going.
with that 4-2 lead.
Same thing. Keep going. Yeah. Good
Keep it
shot.
up.
That was a good throw. Thanks. I was just wanted to yell. I didn't
You know,
like,
it's a
I could've said
2-point
clean
game,
all
but
day,
really,
but
when you think
who knows,
about the control of this game, it's been
I'll give
Team
you
Ryan
another
all the
lesson
way
there
ever
on
since
your,
that steal of
tick there,
two
Bill.
way back in the second
Keep it
end.
up.
You know, it's hard on the nerves sometimes. Like, you mentioned earlier in the game about patience, and that's Ryan's team. That's all they have to think about right now. It's like sort of like a chess match. Just get there, you're in control, finish it off in 10th end or whatever. But on the other side of it, your Ryan's team, you think, I thought this way as a skip, like we've out-curled these guys so much and the game's still not over.
Yeah. Right.
We're still within 2, but you can't think that way. You have to think just keep the same momentum, same thought process. And
that was really unfortunate.
Does not look tight.
Oh, yeah.
That same weight is really good, Bill. You're going to probably punch it in anyway.
Well, they played the tick the last end, so I imagine they're going to do the same thing here.
In?
Yeah, the no-tick rule out is going to make a difference. It's going to make a little more
little less.
More rocks in play.
Well, when you think about when ticks first started coming into play, and I go back, I'd say Steve Gould was probably one of the first guys under Jeff Stoughton to play that tick. And it killed a lot of ends, and it was considered such a hard shot. Now it's become, despite what you just saw, relatively routine.
Yeah, well, the ice is so nice. The ice surfaces that we play on, and they're so predictable. Yeah, that's the first shot that we've seen a slip up on the Ryan team, but here we go.
Stu Shields now made that center guard and
Hair more.
see what Team Chambers can do to ramp up the pressure. And as we've been saying all game, force Team Ryan to make some tough shots.
What?
Really hard, really hard, really hard, really hard.
Hoping to get this by.
Whoa.
Just feather it.
It's on the wing.
Just
They could have thrown another long guard up there to make the end a little more interesting. Unfortunately, that just ticked and rolled in, and it allows the Ryan team to hit and roll away, and then back into a comfortable situation where there's only one guard up there.
Whoa, big, no, clean, yep. Whoa. Curl.
Oh, no.
That's okay. Just can't. I don't want to nose it there.
No, I know. And it was pretty solid.
One of the bigger differences in this game too, I think, is Team Ryan really has looked comfortable with putting the broom down, and recognizing weight, recognizing paths. I think they've done a nice job of commanding that for a young team too.
Oh, I've been really impressed here. They're all on the same page. There's no, there's no questioning of what to do. I mean, I think they've talked about 2 shots the whole game.
I guess they're still on. So yeah, the blank is the best case scenario here.
Make it good. It's got to be top 4.
Now that often coincides with the other team if they're struggling or putting pressure on you, but just the same, they've been really good.
Hard. Looks like. Okay.
Still shot. It's made, brought into the ring very late, and now we'll go into peel mode.
And Ryan's, as I said last time, Ryan's thought right now, peel. Worst case scenario for him right now, he draws to the 4-foot for 1.
Clean. Yep. Stay down on it. You're good. Good shot, Cody.
Devin Weeb now in the hack, about to throw another guard for Team Chambers. As we've said, the loser of this game is not eliminated in this triple knockout. The loser will play in the C-event final later today against the winner of Team Meacham and Team Grassy. It is now a 5-3 lead for Team Meacham, but Team Grassy has the hammer in the 9th end.
Jules me a little bit.
That's a good find.
Yep. Good. Throw.
Oh, that's a good guard.
And if you're the Chambers team here right now, you're just thinking, okay, let's get it down. If we can steal one here, and put some pressure on the 10th end, because the Ryan team hasn't had any pressure the whole game. So it'd be nice to get them into that situation if possible.
Good.
Well, when you think about it, steal is not out of the question. I mean, the way this game was going after 5 ends, you think, well, the way the teams are playing, it's almost out of reach. But here we are, still 4-2, 3 straight blank ends, and steal. We've seen it happen in this event, certainly in the realm of possibility. But it's not only, I think, that Team Chambers has to make some shots, but they're going to need some misses and breaks.
Well, at this point, the way the end is setting up, they're going to need Ryan to miss his draw to the forefoot.
Oh, Devin. Start going.
If everything stays equal here in the next few shots.
Third rocks now. Julian Leduc
Hard,
trying
Deb.
to replace that guard.
Hard.
Trying to get it to finish a little bit. Going to leave the shot stone exposed.
Bump. Yeah.
Colin Kurz will be asked to remove it and hold the shooter out under the wings, it appears.
This opens up the opportunity for Ryan to have a chance to score 2. But on the downside, it also opens up the opportunity for Chambers team to put the rock on the full forefoot to make the draw tougher.
Keep it off center, Joey.
Hard, Bill. Hard. Right over. Great spot.
That's
went
okay.
crazy. That went nuts. Good sweep. I thought we were missing the rock.
The rock appeared to move a little more than Team Ryan was expected, but the job got done. Julian Leduc will be asked to play, looks like another center guard, short center guard, and just jump up that front.
Hard line.
Just make the guard a little tighter to the house, in behind the long guard.
Really hard line.
Something that they can draw around with on their last one.
Hard.
Gotta get by.
Gotta go.
That's a lot lighter than they'd called.
What do you do?
No, I think it's just. I think the ice is still as good. It's just, they're not throwing those handles as cleanly as they were earlier in the game. And
is that double kind of scary? I guess it's rigged. You can never get it to kill ours.
I think they'll take this double on here.
Yeah, there's not too many bad things that can happen.
No, don't think so.
Yeah, but the worst case, if you stuff it in the middle of the back, your shooter's gone. Worst case, you're getting close.
They could.
Wait, what am I
They could
throwing
knock
here?
that second red one into the house, but
That's
still, forefoot's going to be open.
It's a thick quarter, thick quarter. Okay.
Thick quarter.
Thick quarter.
Brian, not the thin quarter. Kind of 2/5 or so.
Well, the thick part comes from they don't want their shooter to hang around.
This might be a little thicker.
That's still better. That's good.
I'm surprised Corey Chambers in his third didn't jump up and sweep that one.
Me
in a
too.
little more.
It's got to be outcounting that, though.
That's a really bad slide. Yeah. I was like, I should have just flipped it over to the end and chucked it. That's a good result, though. Yeah, it's okay. I was a little nervous. I'd rather have that and be forced to our one than have, that's what I told, Bill hated.
Unless they wanted that as high as possible so they can draw around it. That's a possibility, too, because that appears to be what they're going to call.
Yeah, that's what they're going to do now. I'm surprised he's not throwing the long guard.
Yeah, you're never going to be in trouble.
Because when he comes around, it gives Ryan the chance to double them off and basically end the game. Whereas if he throws a long guard, then puts a little more pressure on Ryan's last rock to make the double.
Yeah, as much distance as we can.
Still, worst case, I mean, that's the absolute worst case, he makes it perfect and you not. And then you find some to and you miss it right up.
Line's good. Room.
Line looks pretty good here. It's well out there. Saying it's heavy.
Colin Kurz is on it and taking it to the back of the 12. And you hear Corey tell his guys, sorry guys.
Millimeter low.
We're like 2 inches into the middle, then it's fine.
Yeah, not too far off.
No, if I'm...
So he's calling a little angle double here, but what he really wants to do, at the very least, is to roll over to the left in beeline 1 and 2.
Or this. In turn across the top. Yep.
About 7/8 again.
Take our chances, right? Take our chances. Turn around.
I don't think so. I think we probably just hit it.
I wouldn't worry about the back double too much. I just like to hit and roll over to the wings here and be 1 and 2.
Close. Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Ah, yuck.
Yeah.
Oh, great shot. Sorry.
That's right.
Double is made, and
That was the trouble. That was the trouble with worrying about the double so much. That rock at the back wasn't going to hurt you. All you do is hit and roll over and leave it open.
We gave you here.
Good shot.
And then it was like maybe
so I'd suggest this is basically the game right here. Corey Chambers is going to need to bury this.
That's a great shot.
So, like a shade.
And if he does, then Ryan would have to throw the same shot again and roll it back, but a little more pressure. What did we say earlier? We can just get him to throw a pressure shot.
I can maybe give you a hair less.
Yeah.
It should be the same, yeah.
Same shot he threw on the first. He just needs to take 5 or so feet off of it. Probably a little more, and let the sweepers do some work.
Yeah, the ice has maintained its speed. That when he released that last rock, it looked pretty good to me, but it just flew down the ice. He gives it a pretty good extension, and
there's a pop there.
there's a solid pop to it.
Hard line. Hard line.
Trying to hold the line is Stu Shields.
Hard. Got it out. Got it out. Hard. Got it out. Hard. Got it out. Go. Hard. Hard.
Gets by.
Oh my God.
Just squeaks by.
Same.
I'll tell you what, I don't know that you'd make it much better than that.
Yeah, same turn.
Buried even more and made the run back a little bit longer too. So pretty much a perfect shot
Same
from Corey
turn,
Chambers.
It's funny, you can tell just him coming down the ice. I would encourage him just to take his time, think about the last rock. But, he slides down the ice. And I like that thing they have in golf. They can monitor your heart rate. I like to do that in curling too. They monitor everybody's heart rate and see, just for that example.
Yep. Whoa.
Trying to get this to curl a little. And they do, and it will be a deuce for Team Ryan, and that will be fist bumps. It will be a final score of Team Ryan 6, Team Chambers 2. That will advance Team Ryan into the AB final against Team Roberge with a berth into the home hardware pre-trials on the line, and that will be later today. A reminder, we'll be back on the air at 1 p.m. Eastern here at the RA Center in Ottawa. It will be a women's trials direct entry game. Team Corinne Brown of Kamloops, Team Casey Scheidegger of Lethbridge. Until then, we will see you back here at 1 p.m. Thanks for joining us. I'm Al Cameron for Brian Cochran. So long from Ottawa.
Thanks, Al.
Get your tickets now at curling.ca.